Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I am Starco Gaming and we are back with another Marvel Future Fight video. Guys, don't forget to hit the sub and like button if you enjoy the content, show your support to the channel, and make sure to enable the bell next to the subscribe button to get notified when we post a new video or we go live with a live stream. So guys, first of all, I want to apologize for being away for the past 3 days, at least with the videos. I hurt my back and I could not sit on my chair to make videos. That 3 4 5 hours it takes to make a video, I just could not do it. So I'm sorry about that, guys, but we are now back. The back is actually doing a little bit better, so I'm actually able to do videos again now. So guys, you see by the title, I am disappointed by the Endgame Endgame Part 3 update or patch, whatever you want to call it. I am disappointed. Not that because the stuff we have in the update is not good. No, the stuff in the current update we're getting tonight is actually pretty damn good. But we are missing so much stuff. Like, honestly, they announced that we were gonna get a Part 3 update over 2 months ago. Don't tell me that within 2 months you can actually do more reworks than they actually posting right now, well, today, in the update details. Like, where is Hulk? Where is Thor? Where is War Machine? And if they can't actually fix a skill on Mysterio, why can't they fix Spider-Man? Like, all those questions we have here are unanswered. Like, Spider-Man doesn't need much, just need that the stealth suit, the red suit, the far from home suit. Basically, we just need the defense down to actually work on World Boss Ultimate, and that will actually fix the fella. That's not that difficult, but they have time to actually change a full skill on Mysterio and not time to fix the defense down on Spider-Man. It gets me very, very disappointed, guys. And Thor is one of the worst tier 3 character in the game because the only place he can actually perform is a body mode World Boss Ultimate. Everywhere else he does not perform well. Well, there are characters that perform so much better than him, like Alliance Battle Extreme, Captain Marvel, every other World Boss Ultimate. Most of the tier 3 perform better than him. So he did need a rework. He didn't need it. He did not get it. Hulk, we need justice for Hulk for like the past 4 years. We never got a real justice for him. He's supposed to be one of the strongest character in the Marvel universe, and yep, he is not. He is laughable. Yes, he is decent if you put a CTP of Rage on him, but if you don't have a CTP of Rage on that guy, he is not even worth investing into it anymore. We have that. Then we have who's the other one I mentioned here? We mentioned Spider-Man, Thor, we mentioned Hulk, and I think I'm forgetting something, but you get my point, guys. There is so much stuff they could have done that they did not do. They had over 2 months to work on this rework and they failed at it, in my opinion. Yes, they brought good stuff. Here, I'm going to talk about the positive stuff in a minute, guys, but there are so much negative in this mid-month patch, in my opinion. And also Iron Man. Yes, Iron Man is going to be much better. Yes, Iron Man skills are going to be better, but what about his goddamn tier 3 ability? That is not strong enough. He should be using the Infinity Gauntlet in that tier 3 ability with the Endgame uniform, because that's like the biggest part of the Endgame movie is the Gauntlet, and that could make him so much stronger. Honestly, he's gonna be stronger with the skill changes, but in my opinion, we are lacking a modification on the tier 3 skill of my boy Iron Man. Also, Captain America get a small nerf on the 4th skill, I think, if I'm not mistaken, a little buff on the 5th skill. So it's gonna be stay about the same, but the fact that he's gonna have lightning damage might actually be able to use the guy on other World Boss Ultimate than just the World Boss Ultimate that are focused on the physical damage. So if we go into the patch note here, guys, because we're gonna go through the patch note as always, so we can actually, you know, see what's coming and talk about those changes. So Here we go. Greetings, Agent. This is CM Fragment of the Marvel Future Fight team. The final battle is coming to an end. The long-awaited improvement to the uniform for Marvel Avengers Endgame is finally here. Check out the spectacular skills and enhanced effects straight from the movie right now. Captain America with the Mjolnir. I cannot say that word, I'm sorry guys. Improvement to both uniforms of Captain America Avengers Endgame and Team Suit. Added Thor and Rescue with the synergized attacks and the Nano Gauntlet in the improvement to Iron Man Avenger Endgame and Team Suit uniform. Thanos blasting the battlefield with his powerful fleet in his improved Avenger Endgame uniform, and an amazing surprise change for agents. Mysterio Spider-Man Far From Home uniform has been improved. So they say added 6 new uniform, but they're not very they're not really added. It's just a rework on the current 6 uniform. Well, I'm hoping if they had the uniform, I'll be pretty disappointed here. I will be pretty damn disappointed. Anyway, here we go. So Iron Man Avenger Endgame and Team Suit uniform improved. So the bonus uniform, all that is still the same. The price is the same. Now if we look at the skills, so you have the uniform effect here existing. Apply to self, create a shield equal to 50% of max HP. Shield refresh by 5% with 1 second and absorb 10% of normal shield. Activation rate, no rage here, when it applied to self, super armor and all defense plus 20%. With a cooldown time of 3 seconds. Now, the new improved version is applied to self. Create a shield that is 25% max HP and shield refresh by 10% every second. So the original shield is a lot smaller but refresh a lot faster. I think that's going to be a lot better in my opinion. And absorb 30% of normal shield instead of 10%, which is actually pretty great. And the activation rate when it applied to self, the same as the other one, super armor and all defense 20 seconds. So that is a slight improvement to his survivability. Unless you take a very massive hit, which the improvement won't be there because you're gonna lose the whole shield on one hit, which the other shield did not affect. But other than that, user in most situations is gonna be better in my opinion. The mass fire skill number 3 applied to enemies. The original applied to enemies burn 20% damage every 1 second and summon an illusion of 120% of the summoner stats for 10 seconds with some physical damage based on energy attack. This skill is completely revamped, guys. Completely revamped. You can see here, apply to self, create a shield of 5% max HP for 1 second. Increase damage dealt to super volatile characters by 30% for 7 seconds. And the skill has a 7.5 second cooldown, so you can keep that buff up at all time, which is going to be amazing again. Wall Boss Ultimate, and a little bit of energy attack and additional energy damage, which is going to be great against Cool because they removed the physical attack part here, which is going to be awesome. Okay, next here, the skill number 4. Jet Mode, apply to enemies, 7% decrease of all defense, stack up to 35% for 5 seconds. And that's pretty much it. The skill was actually pretty terribly designed. It's completely changed, guys. Applied to, well, the base is still there, but you're gonna see when we see the gifs showing the skill animation, it's a lot different. Apply to enemies, 5% decrease up to all defense, stack up to 25%. The stackable is lower. Okay, it's lower, but it lasts for 10 seconds compared to 5 seconds, so it's actually an improvement since the defense down is going to be lasting longer. And again here, it goes from physical damage and become energy damage, which is going to be great against Cool again. And this ability has a 8.5 second cooldown, 8.5 second cooldown, so you can keep that defense down up at all time, which is actually pretty great. Then you have the last skills, Iron Cannon. So the original skills was applied to self, 50% chance for immunity to all damage for 3 seconds, which become 100% chance when you level up the skill, and some energy attack. Now, the new skills, the improved versions apply to enemies. Deal 30% bonus ash damage every 1 second. Stack up to 10%, maximum of 300. Stack up to 10 times. Maximum 300% additional damage. That is crazy, crazy. And that lasts 7 seconds. Time freezing for 3 seconds, which is going to be amazing against the beast and wall boss ultimate. Applied to self, the same 50% chance for immunity to all damage for 3 seconds, which is going to become 100% obviously. And that's the change. All the change on these skills are amazing. The damage increase is going to be great from those 3 skills that got changed. Let's take a look at the skill animation here. You can see the 3rd skill first. It's basically what the 5th skill was, shorter with Thor that's coming. Then you have the 4th skill here. You can him rescue team up and do some crazy iframe animation here. Actually, pretty great skill in my opinion. That's going to increase the survivability a lot and its damage output in my opinion. Then you have the 5th skill here. Really different. Here my guess, guys, is that the rotation is going to be 5th skill to 5th skill. Then you're going to chain with the 4th skill. And that's my opinion here, or maybe with the 3rd skill, depending which one does the most damage, 3rd or 4th skill, and you're gonna get your proc on one of those skills. So that's gonna be what's gonna be changing here, which is gonna be very interesting, guys. Honestly, we're gonna wait till we actually see him in action to actually know which skill is gonna do the most damage and how we're gonna handle that. But just by seeing the 5th skill here, it's obvious that this 5th skill is not gonna be the damage proc anymore. And also the cooldown is the same. It's 7.75 seconds cooldown on that 5th skill. So that's pretty much the skill changes for Iron Man. I'm really happy with the skill changes, but I really feel that we should have got an update for his tier 3 skills. I'm really disappointed that we did not get an update for shitty tier 3 skills, in my opinion. Anyway, that's what we got. Now, if we move to Captain America next. Captain America first, you have a 3 skill change. The uniform options stay the same, no change at all. First skill, instead of doing bleed damage here, it's going to do shock damage. We're going to have a 3-second stun, and we're going to have a reduction of physical damage percentage based on physical attack and additional physical attack. So the skill is different. When we're gonna see it in the GIF lower, I think the skill is a little bit different. How it's gonna play out. If you look at the numbers, it's going to be doing a lot less damage, but I do think it's going to do more damage. And the bleed is not removed, my bad here. The bleed is still going to be there, so you're going to get 10% shock damage and 10% bleed plus 3-second stun, which is going to be amazing in the Shadowland, that's for sure. Anyway, now until we see that skill in action and we see the actual damage, I don't want to say he's got nerf or buff yet, because we got to see it in action. The fourth skill again, they had deal 10% shock damage every 1 second for 4 seconds, which we did not have. We keep the stun. The invincible 5 seconds is staying there. They initially changed it to guards against 4 hit, but they realized that was not good enough, so they went back with the invincible 5 seconds. And then you have the oh, that was the first skill, not the fifth skill. My bad, guys. Here, first skill. We don't really use that skill, so it's gonna be interesting to see how it works. But we're gonna have some extra dots. I think that's gonna be great. The fifth skill now. Really talk about the fifth skill this time. The fifth skill is gonna be a buff, because you get 10% bleed damage, you get 20% shock damage, and you get 3% stun in addition to the effect we already had. The only change here is that the ignore defense that was 10% is now 5%, but is that before upgrading the skill and it become 10%? When you upgrade the skill, we're actually gonna see that when we see him live, honestly. But yeah, a little bit extra damage on that fifth skill, and the skill animation is totally different. Now, talking about skill animation, first skill here, you can see a lot of change on that skill. It looks like this skill is going to do a lot more damage than it used to. Then you have a skill number 4 here. Skill number 4 looks pretty damn similar, except at the end where when you jump down, you do a lot more damage in my opinion, a lot more hits, so that's going to be a good damage increase in my opinion. And then we have the 5th skill here. You can see the huge change on that skill. When he throws the hammer, it does change the whole thing, man. It's pretty cool how he throws the hammer too. So it looks like this skill is going to do a lot more damage, a lot more dots, which is going to help trigger the proc and the better to sync the proc better in my opinion. So that's going to be a great skill. Damage, I don't think the damage is really going to change on Captain America. I think that's just going to be much cooler to play in. Maybe, you know, a little small boost on the damage, but nothing nothing crazy here. It's mostly just revamping him with the hammer pretty much. And you can see now that he's actually wearing his headgear compared to the Endgame uniform that I will currently have in game, that does not wear his headpiece pretty much. Then you have my boy Thanos. Thanos, we have a 4th skill that is changed like a lot, guys. That is going to be a huge buff. Well, it's going to be a huge buff if Netmarble doesn't troll us again, because we're getting defense down on this skill. A new full scale animation, plus we're getting defense down. But will the defense down actually apply to World Boss Ultimate? That is the big question, because Netmarble likes to troll us lately, like they did with Spider-Man uniform, that from the 4th skill the defense down doesn't apply. So will they do the same with Thanos or not? If we can actually have that defense down getting applied with Thanos, that will make him as powerful as Jean Grey for World Boss Ultimate. Right now he's a little bit behind, and that will make him as powerful. So hopefully it's gonna work. Now if we look at the skills here, the burn damage got reduced to 20% from 30 to 20%. We have 3% decrease of all defense, stacking up to 30%, and a fracture 10 seconds. Fracture is going to be very useful, preventing healing in the PvP. I think that's going to be a game changer against what's her name, Jean Grey, when we can actually apply it when she does not, when her debuff removal is on cooldown. I think that's going to be the key point in Alan's tournament. With Thanos, I think he's gonna get the edge on Jean Grey in Alliance tournament because of that. Now if we look at the skills, you can see it's totally different here. Totally different. Look at this shit, man. It's actually kind of crazy. Instead of launching fire meteors, it's actually summon the ship, and the ship blasts all the targets on the ground. It's going to be pretty awesome, and every single blast actually apply defense down. So if the more hits you get on the boss you're fighting, like for example World Boss Ultimate, the more your defense down is going to be up. Like you do that 4th skill, then you chain with your 5th skill and your tier 3 skills, that's going to do a lot of damage in my opinion. So that's the change we got for my boy Thanos here. And then if we move to the last one, surprise, Mysterio 4th skill, guys. We all agreed when we got this uniform in Far From Home that his 4th skill was a piece of shit. No change to your 4th skill, no damage, nothing, and they revamp it, so now it's actually going to be much better. So pretty much we're going to have mind damage 100, 60% of energy attack instead of 60% and 29 mind damage. Obviously that goes up as you level the skill, and the skill animation is fully different. Look at that. They're going to replay it right here. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Now, I don't know if you can actually cancel the skill. If you can cancel the skill, that's going to be awesome. If you can't, that's going to be bad. But see how the hits, it summons Hydro-Man, and Hydro-Man does a lot of freaking damage. Pretty much, Hydro-Man does its 4th skill on the target, which is actually pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. So in my opinion, that's going to buff his damage a lot. And if they actually buff his damage, that will make him better than Strife in Alliance Battle Extreme Blast villain. Not better than tier 3 Magneto, but better than Strife. So he's going pretty much replace Strife in Alliance Battle Extreme for people who do not have tier 3 Magneto. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. He was already pretty much even with Strife. Now with that increase on that 4th skill, is definitely going to replace Strife, and it's going to increase his damage a lot. So that's pretty much it, guys. That was their skill change. Like I said, I'm disappointed that we don't have more. I think 2 months of work should be bringing a lot more rework than that. You know, we're still waiting for justice for Thor, justice for War Machine, Justice for Spider-Man. There's so many things that we are missing here, and Justice for All. I forgot this one. There's so many things we are still missing from this Endgame Part 3. It is a disappointment for me. Yes, the stuff that is added with this update, mid-month update, is amazing. We're not gonna say it's not. It is amazing, but it's underwhelming. There's not enough stuff, guys. I wanted to have a real rework. You know, all those characters that deserve the love, I wanted them all to get the love, and they did not all get it. We just 4 characters that get a small rework, and that is pretty much it. And we're gonna be left with characters that should be stronger that are not gonna be stronger until there's another movie they are in, which is years away, guys, sadly. So I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed in what we're getting. But again, Iron Man, in my opinion, is gonna be strong enough to score AZ 3.5 million Alliance Battle Extreme. So people who did not get Strange yet and only care about Alliance Battle Extreme, well, they don't need to get Doctor Strange now. So it's a great thing. But again, I know I repeat myself, guys, but I am disappointed with this mid-month update. Anyway, guys, that's all we had to talk about today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, guys, don't forget to hit the sub and like button if you enjoy the content. Show your support to the channel, and make sure to enable the bell next to the subscribe button to get notified when we post a new video or go live with a live stream. And on God, guys, I will see you as soon as the update goes live tonight, so we can actually test all this content. Thank you, guys.